Or
I don't know. That's so cool.
sub.
Hey guys, this is our sixth episode of the Runescape podcast. Although the patch notes, the patch notes say it's the fifth. So I done screwed something up, but that's okay.
All right.
So today with me I have Bloodhound, maybe.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, and we've got. I can't see your name, so I can't think of it. Constant RS.
Hey, what's going on?
I almost called you by your real name. That would have been fun. And we've got Buddy.
What's up?
So we're all here today. Here to talk to you about the RuneScapes and what's going on. Did you guys see them videos that I sent you?
Did not. I was at work all day.
Yeah, no. It's been a busy week.
So they're doing a mobile banking UI update. They were talking about that on the OSRS.
Like, as in you can bank wherever you want?
No, the ... bank still doesn't work. ... bank.
Darn.
They haven't implemented that quite yet.
I mean, it's a private server anyway, so.
I know that's a private server thing, but. And then they also had the mining and smithing beta Q&A for RuneScape 3. Have you guys actually gotten on the beta?
I have not.
I've watched a few videos on it. It looks pretty good. They're adding like a lot of new ore and like armor sets, and it looks pretty cool. Like there's Elder Rune, and like I don't know. I'm not sure like how much strength is like how much stronger it is gonna be compared to like the armors that are already in the game. But I don't know. I'm just kind of excited for it. I think it's gonna be really interesting.
Well, Elder Rune is supposed to be tier 90, so it should be roughly equivalent to a tier 90 piece of gear, but most of the stuff I think in tier 90 is actually like 92, 94 or whatever, isn't it?
I have no idea. To be completely honest with you.
I don't know, I'm looking here. Would it be standard? Yeah, standard for weaponry. So 90 is Drygore. So it should be around Drygore's strength. I don't think it's going to be stronger because it's a smith item, but I don't know.
I wonder what that's gonna.
I feel like that's one of the things that I'm worried about with that too, is because they're coming out with that Dracolith armor, which is 60, which is basically dragon armor but not smelted by the Dragonkin. And if it's as strong as Dragon, I have major worries, because that means that Dragon's going to be worthless basically, because it'll be cheaper to make Dracolith. Anyways, we'll save that for when we get to that subject. So, what did everybody do? We'll go ahead and go from youngest to oldest. What did you guys do this week? In and out of the game.
Out of game. I've been working quite a bit in game, working on some divination, just trying to get 80 divination so invention unlocked.
I'm working on that too.
What I'm working on. Wait, what did I do this week? Hold on, let me think about this.
Cool.
Well, yeah, there was school involved, but did I play RuneScape? Yeah, I've just been bossing, honestly. I haven't really gained too much level gains. I've just been trying to get the GPs up. That's really all I've been doing this week.
I got a new job, did schoolwork. Don't think I really got on at all.
So everybody's quitting RuneScape except for me then.
Hey, I've been playing.
Okay, everybody except for me and Buddy.
Hey, I've got to get GPs up for double XP weekend.
You should have had GPs up a long time ago.
They were up, but I can't. I don't have enough money to buy all the supplies straight up because I have to sell it after I've like created it, and then I'll have more money to buy the rest of the supplies. Yeah, because like, okay, for example, like with dragon leather, you have to buy the dragon leather to make the shields, right?
Yeah.
But then you sell the shields for money, the money back that you put into the leather.
You won't get the
Then you
money
can
back.
buy more leather. Well, not all of it, but a good portion of it.
Yeah, let me tell you this. If you want potions, you want food and stuff like that, buy it this upcoming weekend. Because it's going to be cheap as... I don't know.
Cheap?
Cheap AF.
Expensive?
No, like the products that are made will be cheap double XP weekend. Because people will be dumping to try and buy more stuff to do. So you'll be able to buy bows and stuff like that for cheap. Bows, armor, weapons, food, potions. All that'll be cheap.
I see.
But your skilling stuff, like your leathers, your herbs, things like that, will be expensive. So, yep, I'm ready. So what did I do this week? Well, I switched back from day shift to night shift starting tomorrow.
Red.
So, yay, sleep. So that's always fun. I got all the episodes onto iTunes now, and they should be working. So that bug is all fixed. All of our episodes are also on the YouTubes now. So we're good there. Did a lot of that stuff. I haven't done a whole lot of RuneScape. I did the bar crawl on OS. Just haven't had a whole lot of time. Like I said, I've been trying to switch from nights or days to nights. So been busy, and I did get all that stuff done. So we have a few patch notes for old school RuneScape. I don't know if you guys paid any attention to it. So the Quality of Life Week 3 PvP poll blog is up. So hopefully you guys went through and checked those polls out and voted. It looks like almost everything is passing.
Really?
Yeah. It looks like it so far, yeah. So, I don't know if you guys have looked at that by chance. Have you guys
I really like Pulse Question 3.
Question 3, should we add a new world to free-to-play that would act as a PvP world?
That would be fun.
I agree. I like PvP. I like PvP worlds. I can deal with that.
Same.
What do you think about 6, though? Should the effect of teleblock be fully removed when you log out?
Nope.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna have people running away, and all they're gonna do is log as soon as they can, and then they can log back in on a different world and teleport. And you can't try and give chase or nothing. You're just donezo.
True. And again, who really teleblocks anymore besides clans?
What we're talking about, old school though.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, clans are the only really teleblock. I mean, most people are on ancients.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right because
Ooh, Poll Question 13 is going to kill a lot of people.
13 should the special attack of the Granite Maul be changed so that each use of it is delayed by one game cycle, which is 0.6 seconds or something like that. One tick, as they prefer, or as they call it.
Basically, right now the Planet Mall is like the ultimate pure, and the main hybrid combo weapon. You know, you AGS them all, or
Yeah, 'cause
the list of them all, or whatever. You, by that minuscule of a difference, you've broken the granite mold. Granite mold is going to be worth nothing.
yeah, I'm kind of worried about that, but hey, it is what it is. I think that one's not passing, but I don't know.
I think it'd be a good thing, 'cause it's like overpowered. It's like the double pump in Fortnite. It's overpowered. You need to get rid of the overpowered stuff that's easy to do. It's easy to AGS in the G-Mall. It's hard to get a kill not AGSing in the G-Mall. So it forced people like Framed and Invested to actually get skill.
Shots fired. I like number 15. That's definitely a quality of life thing. Should the color of the spellbook icon change based on which spellbook you are currently active with? See, I like that one.
Yeah.
As for poll number 7, I'm going to say no. I'm sure it passed, but I'm going to say no.
7, when you teleblock cast. Oh. When you get a teleblock cast on you, should you get a message on your chat box stating how long?
No. You automatically you get a message. It's saying, should the same message be given to the other person who cast teleblock? No, it's all about paying attention when you're PKing. If you're not paying attention, you didn't realize I didn't get TV'd, then sucks to be you.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I didn't read it all the way. I was wondering if that was already a thing in the game, but I didn't know. I haven't been TV'd.
And if you get TV'd, it tells you how long the TV is and stuff like that, but it never tells the person that TV caught.
Well, the 200 mil XP one from last week did pass, so there will be XP drops even though you're capped out on XP now.
I don't really see a problem with that. I'm gonna break the game.
Oh, maybe it wasn't you guys. Maybe it was Deegan and Dills from the Wilderness podcast that said that they had a problem with it. I don't remember. I can't remember. I'd have to ask them.
The what?
The Wilderness podcast. That's the other OSRS podcast out there other than the Iron Man podcast, which is only on YouTube. They're in our Discord.
But who are they?
They're from the Wilderness podcast. It's another podcast. I know you don't have much of a podcasting life outside of this because you don't work as hard as I do, but I need to listen to all the podcasts, all of them. Except for ours apparently, because iTunes hates me and will not let me play my own freaking things. It's so retarded. Shoot. So we had another farming timer rework and skilling quality of life. So farming timers will be reworked. Skilling suggestions. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people talking about that farming timer. Like people were pretty happy about that. They said save farming because it saves ticks. But even though I'm a casual player, so I'm not worried about every single tick.
Yeah, I'm not 100% for sure either. I'm trying to read it and it looks like it's Greek to me. It says, before describing this system, it's worth taking a moment to say what a growth tick actually is. Imagine the game has the clock that it ticks every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and 40 minutes, and so on. So if it's every 5, 10, 20, and 40, then why not just say every 5? So you already lost me there. The fastest crop grow whenever a 5-minute tick occurs. That applies most to weeds and flowers. I've noticed that because sometimes when you're cleaning shit up, you'll realize that a weed will pop up or whatever. Slightly slower crops grow whenever a 10-minute tick occurs. Those are crops that grow in allotments. Slower crops grow when a 20-minute tick occurs. It's like herbs and bushes. See, I thought herbs were like 45 minutes for a full tick. And then even slower ones are on 40 minutes, so like tree patches. And then some grow for like an 80, which is like a belladonna, and 160 is a fruit tree, 320 is a spirit tree, and 640 is hardwood. Wow, that's a lot of jargon to me that I don't understand. I do my farming run twice a day. Once in the morning, once at night.
I stopped doing my farming runs. I need to get back into them. I got to 75 farming and I was content, and I was looking to keep doing them, but then that was the point where I quit Runescape for a while, and then came back and I realized how expensive farming actually was, especially now that I'm at 75 and I'm supposed to do magic tree, like 100k in magic seed. Woo!
Yeah. So then, the week 2 one, the search and attack option found at the end of the herbivore hunting activity have been switched. Attack will now be the left-click option. The jar generator option has now been switched to have the left-click be create impling jars and right be butterfly jars. If a player has upgraded fertile soil spell,
Just got 78 divination. Just saying.
unlocked, but is not carrying any volcanic ash, they will not be given the option, or they will be given the option to now never see this warning again. You'll now be able to catch 2 Karambwanji at level 5 fishing. Every 5 levels past this level, you'll catch another additional Karambwanji. Scroll redirection can now use a scroll interface where selecting which tablet is redirected to. So like your house tablets, you know. Players may now store up to 1,000 buckets of each type of compost into the tool leprechaun. And they've also allowed for empty buckets too. And you can also now store plant cures. You could do that with RS3, but I didn't know you couldn't do that with OS. The activate and inspect options have been switched with the Tower of Life. Activate will now be the left-click option. Additionally, players may now left-click activate on Tower of Life altar, which required items in their inventory to automatically add them to the altar. Which is good for, I think, Ironman, because I don't think many people use the Tower of Life other than Ironman.
Yeah.
Not even sure what the Tower of Life is.
I'm pretty sure you unlock it through a quest. No, you know, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, it's a tower of life.
Field of Life?
Yep, that's what it is. It's the Tower of Life.
Oh, there are divination urns now? Sweet. Sorry, I'm making urns. So, to my knowledge, it's a tower that you can go to, and you can take like a unicorn horn and some other junk for herb lore, and it'll summon like this unicorn that drops like 12 horns. So you're basically, it's like duping your items basically, but you gotta kill the animal for it.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't understand the purpose of it. I think it's just like...
I would just use the exchange. I would buy it off somebody else who was willing to farm it.
Yeah.
But then again, I've got about 20 mil.
Party hat and a god sword together, and then dupe party hat and god sword. That'd be nice.
We're talking about OSRS, so the only thing in that it would actually be worth duping would be the god swords. Party hats aren't worth much.
They should make a Tower of Death.
Actually, the only thing worth duping would be the Ellie.
So Slayer Masters, who ever so politely reminded you that to only kill creatures on task while in their Slayer caves, are a little less polite. They will now only remind you once every 30 seconds to limit the interruption. The dig site pennant now has a right-click option for each teleport location when worn. Bolts can now be enchanted in sets of 10 via the Make All system. There's a slight delay between bolts being enchanted when selecting more than one to enchant at a time. I think that's cool. I think that's a good thing to have. Yeah? No? Maybe? Leather crafting now uses the Make All system. Glass blowing also uses the Make All system. The Guardian Mummy at the Pyramid Plunder has been given the ability to remove any remaining charges of the Pharaoh's Scepter. That's so you can sell it, I'm pretty sure.
Sweet.
The dialogue of the Guardian Mummy has now been when selecting the Start minigame option, that Pyramid Plunder has been removed if you've already seen it once. That's good. Anything that wastes time is good to not have to deal with and not have to worry about.
Yeah.
Chat box message has been added to notify that poison resistance is about to expire. The Staff of Light, Blood's new favorite weapon, now displays its special attack when hovering over the special attack bar.
Remember, it's just a cosmetic.
Players may now clear our broadcast messages from their chat history by clicking the Clear History option. Certain official broadcast messages may also have URLs to open, linking to sites such as official Twitch channel. In other news, items dropped in broadcast instance fights will now stay on the ground for 30 minutes, like they do in the Grotesque Guardian instance. Din's Bulwark now applies its damage reduction effect only if wielded in the defensive stance as originally specified in the blogs. A grammar error displayed when searching for adventurers inside of Monkey Madness 2 tunnels has been corrected. The use of apostrophes and the name of Slayer's Respite is now more consistent. So, a lot of little quality of life stuff. That's what it's there for. It's quality of life month, so what can you expect?
We were all so worried about what happened when we examined a fucking player in Monkey Madness 2. I mean, I was worried. Were you guys worried?
Yeah,
it's for when
I was waiting on that update.
I'm making divination items that I don't think are even going to work for me because I'm like 70. What is my
question.
74.
Answer.
Did they just add the Tower of Life?
No, it's been in the game for a very long time.
I was gonna
I
say.
thought you knew all about it. Come on, man.
I just knew it was a Tower of Life, but
Was it tower?
I was just confused because like they were just adding a bunch of light stuff, but it's been here, so never mind.
So last week we had a question of the question of the week, which was, what was your most looked forward to project for February? Wait, I thought that was the week before. Am I screwed up here? No, I guess that is. So, votes are in. It was 67% bank rework taster and 33% clue overhaul. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Never mind. I am wrong. I am screwed. So, last week was Will You Try the Mimic Boss, and we had 100% votes for yes. And at the end of the episode, we all tried the Mimic Boss.
Yeah, it didn't work out very well.
It worked out for me. I killed it, and I got absolutely nothing. Actually, I got a a Spirit Sapphire, which is still nothing.
I got rubies, 5 of them.
That's still better than a Spirit Sapphire.
Touche.
But then again, you probably killed the hard one or something like that, and I literally killed the easy
Yeah.
one because my level's too low.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like you just have to get it down.
So on RuneScape 3, the big thing this week, I mean, there's the come by my minute, or what do they call it? My microtransactions and get free gear for skilling, but it's not free because you're paying real life money for keys going on. But actually, I got 3 pieces or something like that from it, which wasn't bad. And no, I didn't spend real life money on it. I just did quests. So that's. But the big news is the mining and skilling beta is up. It was only up for a week, and I think the week is almost over. So if you guys haven't tried it out, try it out. It looks good. I watched the Q&A. I tried it out too. It's very interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. What about you guys?
I watched I don't know if you heard of Moto, but he does pretty good videos, and he did a video basically showing like all the things that they would be adding, like, or at least had in the beta. And like apparently you can rank up your shields to different tiers, like make them slightly stronger.
Yep, you can add plus up to +5, and then you can decorate them. But it also depends upon level.
Yeah.
So like an iron, I think you can only get to +1 or something like that.
And then when you decorate them, you can turn them in for bonus XP.
Which would be the fastest way of making XP, but the most expensive.
Correct. It's kind of interesting. I really kind of like the way that they reworked it.
Blood, what do you think about it? I know you're not much of a skiller, you're more of a killer, but what do you think?
Yeah. I'm sure I'll test it out, but. Yeah.
Buddy, you got any thoughts on that?
I mean, it looks cool. It looks easier. So, like, easy.
I think I like the fact that it has the ability to basically go AFK like Saren Stones, but if it rewards you with more XP and more skills faster if you're paying more attention, which is, I mean, that's perfect in my personal opinion. But
yeah, I also like how they made it to based off like how long your progress bar lasts, based off your like agility. So like how many swings you have to go. So like it incorporates other skills as well. I think that's pretty cool.
yeah, actually, that's a good subject to bring up. So it's the way your progress bar fills faster by up to 5% if you have 99 strength. So your progress bar will fill faster, which means you'll get ore faster if you have the strength bonus. So if you're a skiller pure, then you can't get that bonus, but it's only 5%. So the question is that, you know, if you were a skiller pure, would that be enough to make you angry about it?
Also, if you are like trying, like, because basically they set it up to where you go full AFK, but if you go full AFK, you take like a 25% XP loss if you like being like active, which isn't that bad because like you know you're AFKing anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. And then the other one was the agility. Agility, if you have 99, I think it increases the amount of stamina you have. Or, well, it increases it by every 5 levels or something like that. It'll increase it a certain amount. No, it's 1/10 of your level. It will increase it by that. So, you'll have more stamina, which means you can go AFK for longer. But you can easily just click and refill your stamina. So every time you swing your pickaxe, which is like every 4 seconds, I think, if you click, you'll refresh your stamina bar, and you'll never lose anything. And they also added the loot beam, smoke, whatever you want to call it, on the ore too. Did you guys see that?
I actually didn't see that.
So there's like, if you're mining and you'll see one that looks like it's smoking or has a loot beam on it, then that one will give you extra XP and extra progress. So that's your way of speeding it up or getting better XP, basically.
That's cool.
And then the smithing, it looks to me like they kind of made it take longer to smith.
I think so as well. It looks slower in my opinion, honestly, than what
Yeah,
it
because
is.
now they've got the heat mechanic to it. So you have 2 bars on mining. Your 2 bars on mining are stamina and progress. So when the progress fills up, you get an ore. When the stamina depletes, your character will rest for a second, or you can click and make your character get back to work. With the smithing, you have your heat and you have your progress. So you have to keep the item at a certain heat. The hotter you keep it, the more XP you get, and the faster your progress fills up. And they were talking about possibly having fire making work in with your heat as well. It was just an idea. That one was in the Q&A. I didn't say for sure that was going to happen, but it would hypothetically be a 5% difference or something like that too.
Like
But
based on your fire making level.
like your fire making level would make it to where your heat would either stay longer or something like that.
Okay.
So they've been talking about doing that possibly, and yeah. So I feel like it takes longer. I mean, that's just me personally, but I really feel like it does. It looks like it would take a lot longer. I know it takes a lot longer per item, that's for sure. It takes like 2 minutes to make one item fully. Or at least it feels like 2 minutes.
Yeah. I personally think like smithing now is like easier in the sense like you can just grind it out on a forge, like a portable forge, instead of like going to an actual smelting machine.
Well, smithing now is more AFK because, like you said, you gain XP basically per bar you use. So if you want to make it less AFK and faster, then you can make plate bodies because it's the same XP per bar. So if you have 5 bars and each one gives you 1 XP, it's the same as having 5 or making 5 1-bar items. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just faster. But with the new thing, all of your items will be the same level. So like when you hit level 10, you'll be able to make all iron items. At level 1, you'll be able to make all bronze items.
Do they still give you different XP for what you make?
I don't believe so. But I'm not 100% for sure on that one. But I know the XP rates are faster than they were. They're faster than they are on live. So technically, you gain. You're gonna be able to skill faster, but it's gonna be less AFK.
Yeah, that's true. I guess as of now, it's a pretty AFK skill, because like you can just do like claws if you really wanted to save money, like adamant claws, and you make that, and you can do like an inventory every 30 seconds. So it just gives you a little bit of extra time. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way mining is going to be is shaping up to work, though, is going to be faster EXP than it is now. because it's every 4 seconds when your pick hits the rock, you gain XP. Which makes sense to me because, I mean, you're mining. Every time you hit that rock, you're going to learn a little bit more about how to hit that rock and how to hit it harder, faster, whatever, you know, in real life.
True.
So, I like that. And then the way smithing works is every time you hit the bar, you're gaining XP as well. So, which, I mean, like I said, same concept. As you're smashing that bar in real life, trying to turn it into a sword, a katana, or whatever you're trying to turn it into, you're gonna be like, oh, look, if I hit it this way, it does this, or you know. So you're gonna be learning every time, not just when you finish the product. So I like that personally. I am kind of worried though, because I have a fear that items will go up in price because or just craftables in general, because people will be making them and then just so most people are probably going to make the unupgraded versions and then sell that because that's the fastest thing to do, and it'll get you the most money out of your smithing, right? But then the people that want to be super EXP savvy and stuff like that and want to get that good XP drop, they're going to be buying the unupgraded versions and upgrading them either to level 5 to try and make some money back, or decorated to just get that big XP drops.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I'm kind of curious about is like when they decide to, you know, implement the actual like mining and smithing rework, how like it will affect like current items, like how like, you know, like rune bars or like rune ore that you get as like boss drops, like it adds up and it's pretty like decent, but when they add in these new types of ores and bars, I wonder how it's gonna like affect like rune itself. Like, is it gonna be worth nothing or not as much?
Hopefully they will update drop tables and stuff like that.
They are planning on updating drop tables. There will be no more. The way they were talking is monsters that drop bars will okay, if we're talking non-metal dragons here, will drop instead something else, including the items. So including, like, you know how if you go to lesser demons you can get your med helm, right? Instead of it dropping a ruined med helm, it'll drop like a ruined med helm. So it'll be an item that you can't wear because it's destroyed, but it'll alch for the same price. That's
so when it's ruined, can you just like fix it into like whatever you want?
I think it's just an alchable, basically. That's what they're planning. That's what they're trying to do, is just turn those items into alchables. And so monsters that like would drop, one of their theories they had, or one of their ideas they had on the Q&A, was a monster that would drop like a metal dragon. You know how they normally drop that bar. So like a mithril dragon would drop a mithril bar. Instead, it would drop either a mithril bar token or a mithril ore token, and it would basically make it to where when you're smelting mithril, you'll get an extra bar for that token, or something like that, but you won't get the XP drop for it.
Yeah, I feel like they should like honestly just like depending on like the value of certain ores or bars when they add them in, they should just like, for bosses example, like upgrade like whatever the newer bar that will basically be this equivalent price or more than like rune to like bosses. Like bosses would drop that instead of just like rune.
Well, their goal is to try and take ore and bars off of the drop table completely.
just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should also take dwarf weed off of the drop table. It's pretty let down when you get dwarf weed drops, I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks.
So that's their big plans for right now.
That's cool.
So what do you guys think then about the ban? Do you guys have any major thoughts?
Overall, I think it's going to be like a good outcome, and like I feel like it, like obviously they're one of the skills that haven't really had too much, rework done to it. It's kind of the same thing. It's always been you just mine freaking rocks and then you smelt it. So like I don't know, it's the same process, but they're just kind of making it more like, I guess AFK, but just more less of a grind, I guess. I don't know, because like on old school, I know 99 miles super tedious, like really tedious. I don't know. Is that fact?
Big fact.
Yeah.
So I think they're just trying to take the grind out of it. Like even on like RS3, when I was trying to get to like 65 mining, the only thing you could do from 35 is just iron. And iron doesn't give you too much XP per hour. So it was like a grind. So always gotta turn it into some form of easy scape. Because I don't know what it's like back then. So I really like the
Mining. I'm not planning on touching mining at all.
Ala.
I had to get that 79. I'm not gonna touch it till the update comes out.
Same.
Yeah, I'm working on getting my invention ready. That's what my big stretch is gonna be. Double XP weekend, which is next weekend, is it not?
It is. I'm excited. Big fact.
Yeah.
I have 99 construction banked. I basically have smithing 99 banked, but I didn't have enough GP to buy all the resources up front. So yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a little inflation prices, but I mean, it is what it is.
I've got.
How much stock where you go?
I think I've got 80 smithing, 80 crafting banked, so I'm going to try to hit 80 div as well that weekend. I'm at 74 div, so not too bad.
You're already at 74 divination?
Yep.
How long have you been playing for?
I created this account at Christmas.
I've been playing for a couple years. I hate divination. I'm just now 78. That's what I'm doing now is I'm busting out divination.
I'm making divination if you want some.
I mean, what do they do?
They give you a big boosted XP for divination.
I like boost. So yeah, if you want to sauce me some, feel free to sauce me.
I don't think it would be any good for you because I'm just making the regular ones. And I think the regular ones are for low level. Let's see if I can find out. Yeah, I don't see. Oh, maybe I'll look at crafting.
I do
Maybe
even
that will tell me.
They just basically left.
What?
Talking to Ryan about or Constant about the how divination the fastest ways to get XP gain. You been doing caches, sub?
Yep, caches.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I'm at 78 and a half, so I'm only 11 and a half away from convention.
Yep, I'm at 74. I have 30,000 bonus XP. And then with double XP, I'll be out. Cool fire. So, I'm excited.
Okay, she wants to be sad. It'd be nice to have. I just hate the Yeah, I think so. That's how Division works. I'm gonna have to look into like how everything works. All I know is it's gonna help boss control.
So, let me ask you guys a question. I got OS Buddy Pro. Have you guys got an OS Buddy Pro?
Yep.
Did you see the new update for it? The visual update? The beta?
No. No, I have not.
They have a visual beta. Let me see if I can remember what the heck it's called. Loading it right now, OS Buddy. Okay, here we go. It's OpenGL, I think, is what it's called.
Oh yeah. Cut 4 ounces of
Crack cocaine.
no.
Facts.
Julian.
Oh, well, by the way, we are back on Twitch.
Julian cut. There it is. There's my 4 ounces. Take a picture quickly. Watch them complain. It's a 4.05. That's more than what you were supposed to make.
Guys, you want to hear something awesome?
What's that? You went,
Me and
you went to
Buddy?
the sandcastle again?
No, me and Buddy, we got keyboards now, and we turned our PC, our laptops into desktops. Pretty hype.
Well, there's a simple solution for that.
What's the simple solution?
Buy a real
The PC.
That's way too expensive. You see, I've got a nice Alienware laptop that's probably has better specs than your guys' PC. Well, I don't know about you, Sub, but I know
Yeah.
it's definitely better than what
Just like-
Blood would have. So what I do is I take an HDMI, plug it into my monitor, have my settings so laptop lid's closed. It is still on. So I can close my laptop lid, plug in my keyboard and my mouse, and I'm good to go.
I don't have any money because I'm a college student that makes $725 at work study, and can't afford a desktop right now. So the laptop has to do the job.
My keyboard changes colors. Does yours?
I'm sure I can make it change colors.
Mine's
It's a-
just great.
It's a razor, so I'm sure it will.
Ah, say. Mine's the Death Stalker. Likes to watch me when I sleep.
I've got that, and I got the Razer Speed Pad and the Razer Naga, and
Ooh, I like the Naga.
the Naga's great for when I'm playing WoW. So
Facts.
Alright.
it's great for when I'm owning kids on WoW when I'm playing on my Rogue.
I also got some Skechers with LEDs. You got those?
No, I'm not 2 years old anymore. I don't need light up shoes.
That way they can see me in the dark, so I don't get hit by a car. Safety precautions.
So the question of the week this week, guys, is do you like the beta? The RuneScape 3 mining and smithing beta. So it's a pretty simple one. Yes, no, maybe. Actually, I think it's just yes and no. Yeah, that's gonna do it for us, guys. I know we've been kind of rambling and there for a minute. I don't know if I know Twitch people realized it. We kind of lost it. Twitch died. So apologize. I opened up OS Buddy and then all of a sudden it says, no, you can't have Twitch.
Stupid OS, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened with it, so. But we appreciate you guys coming out, watching the show, and joining us today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. That's gonna do it for me, for Buddy, for Hunter, and for Bloodhound. Everybody say goodbye.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Keep escaping, guys, and enjoy.